Hello, tech enthusiasts. Welcome to the Daily Byte. Today, I've got updates spanning sustainable materials, AI regulation, and global economics. Let's get into today's top tech stories. BYD's 5-minute EV charging, too good to be true? Chinese automaker BYD just unveiled a battery pack that can charge from 10% to 70% in 5 minutes. That's faster than most people can grab coffee at a charging station. This could be huge for EV adoption, since charging time is one of the biggest complaints from potential buyers. But the headline says there's a catch, which likely means trade-offs in battery lifespan, higher costs, or requiring special infrastructure that doesn't exist yet. AWS launches AI agent platform for healthcare. Amazon just rolled out Connect Health, their first AI agent platform built specifically for healthcare operations. This thing handles patient verification, scheduling, medical histories, documentation, and coding, all trained on healthcare-specific data and guidelines. Meanwhile, Salesforce is also expanding their healthcare AI suite with 6 new agents for things like referrals and assessments. The healthcare admin workload could be about to get a lot lighter for providers. The Pentagon officially labeled Anthropic a supply chain risk on Thursday, limiting how federal agencies can use the company's AI services. The designation reflects concerns about potential sabotage or adversaries introducing malicious code into their systems. Meanwhile, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei is still trying to work things out with the Pentagon, even after negotiations over a $200 million contract fell apart. The sticking point? The military wanted unrestricted access to Anthropic's AI, and the company pushed back over concerns about surveillance applications. Between the risk label and the contract collapse, this could seriously impact Anthropic's ability to work with government agencies and defense contractors going forward. Shellworks plant-based plastics scores $15 million. The UK startup just locked down $15 million in Series A funding to scale production of Vyvlmer, their plant-based biodegradable polymer. What makes this interesting? It's completely free from fossil fuels and conventional synthetic plastics. As companies scramble for sustainable alternatives to traditional plastics, Vyvlmer could be a serious contender in reducing our dependence on petroleum-based materials. US eyes global permits for AI chip exports. The Commerce Department is drafting regulations that would require permits for AI chip shipments worldwide. We're talking NVIDIA, AMD, the whole crew. The approval process hinges on computing power thresholds, marking a major expansion beyond current export restrictions. This could reshape global AI development by limiting who gets access to cutting-edge hardware outside US borders. Iran's Strait closure chokes global trade. Iran has effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, and that's a big problem. This waterway carries 20% of the world's oil supply. Ongoing U.S. military strikes and Iranian threats to fire on vessels have slowed traffic to a trickle. The ripple effects, higher energy prices, shipping delays, and increased costs hitting consumers and businesses worldwide. Startup boom continues post-pandemic. Remember when everyone started a business during COVID? Turns out that wasn't just a phase. Americans are still launching startups at near-pandemic levels, with over 476,000 new businesses formed. That's a 5% jump from pre-pandemic rates. The catch? Startup formation has declined from its absolute peak, and with that, we're seeing slower job reallocation and less business responsiveness to productivity changes. Oska's AI platform tackles chronic care. Oska Health just launched a platform that could change how millions manage chronic diseases. Founded in 2022, they've built an AI layer that continuously analyzes patient data, spotting patterns, and actually predicting when someone's health might deteriorate before it happens. It's not just passive monitoring either. The platform delivers AI-supported coaching and digital tools to help patients stay on top of their conditions. With chronic disease management having such a massive care gap, this hybrid approach of human support plus predictive AI could be exactly what healthcare needs. Let's talk more about this Pentagon situation with Anthropic, because it's actually a fascinating intersection of AI development, national security, and corporate ethics. The timing here is remarkable. Anthropic CEO is actively trying to negotiate a deal with the Department of Defense while simultaneously getting flagged as a security risk. Think about what this means. The Pentagon wants AI capabilities that Anthropic offers, but they're also worried about the company's supply chain being vulnerable to foreign interference or sabotage. This could be about Anthropic's funding sources, their infrastructure dependencies, or concerns about who has access to their systems. What makes this especially significant is that it sets a precedent for how the government will evaluate AI companies moving forward. If Anthropic, which has positioned itself as one of the more safety-conscious AI labs, can get this designation, what does that mean for other AI companies trying to work with the federal government? The $200 million contract falling apart over unrestricted military access also tells us that some AI companies are drawing ethical lines, even when massive government contracts are on the table. But now those ethical boundaries might not even matter if the Pentagon won't work with them anyway, due to security concerns. This is going to shape the entire relationship between Silicon Valley AI labs and Washington for years to come. So what do you think about this format? Are there other categories you'd like me to cover? Let me know in the comments. If you found this briefing helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the Daily Byte. I'll be back tomorrow with more stories you may have missed. Thanks for listening.